Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I've been looking forward to. You find me in Weston Super Mare, and if you want to know why, come back after this. Here I am, and the reason I'm here is right over there behind me. So I'm stood outside of and about to go into Papa's Fish and Chip Shop, which is famous not only here in Weston Super Mare, but quite a long way away as well. And it's got a great reputation, so I'm going to go in and find out all about it. Well, the reason I'm here is because this popped up on my Google feed, and I did a bit of research and I showed it to Jeff, and we decided it's a no-brainer. It's beautiful decor in here, and I'll tell you a bit more about it later, but first I've got this to look at. The menu. As you can see, it's a beautiful place in here. There's the takeaway counter as you come in. Absolutely fabulous, isn't it? In the Daily Mirror, like to Channel 5's restaurant inspector. Seal of approval from Channel 5, look at that. Absolutely amazing. And what's really great in here is you can see where the magic happens. Look, right over my shoulder, it's all happening in there. I have to say, I'm really looking forward to this. Nights in Glastonbury prides itself on being one of our best fish and chip shops, so let's use that as a benchmark, shall we? I shall compare this to Nights in Glastonbury, if it's fair to do so, because Nights in Glastonbury don't do salmon and chips. Salmon and chips is something that I've wanted to do for ages. So, what did I order? Good question. I started off, I'm having the salmon and chips, absolutely. I'm also having a portion of mushy peas with that because I'm rather fond of them. And you can buy your Diet Coke in here by the pint. So I went ahead and ordered a pint of Diet Coke. Did you know that fish and chip shops were brought over by the Italians, or started by the Italians, up in Glasgow, I believe? Here's a bit of information. If you fancy saltfish, you're in the right place. Thank you. And there's my Coke has arrived, a whole pint of it. Well then, dinner has arrived in the form of that. Oh my God, this looks good. So I suppose the first thing to do, I've got to try chip. They're perfect. You've got a soft, fluffy interior with a well-cooked outside. If the salmon is as good as the chips, we're in for a treat. Here we go. That salmon is gorgeous. Absolutely perfect. Now, I've said before, one way of judging a good fish and chip shop is how seriously they take their mushy peas. Should we find out? Mushy peas. Oh my God. That is the best mushy peas I think I've ever sat down to. There's not mushy peas that I've tasted anywhere that are better than this. Right, well look, I'm going to leave you to it. I'm going to eat the rest of this and I'll come back and report after. Well, no prisoners were taken there. The whole lot's gone, even the drink. I'm here to tell you that was amazing. The server aside is brilliant. The people in here even smile at you from the kitchen. They're so friendly. It's a really welcoming place. And there's been a constant flow of people coming in to be seated while I've been sat here. So, my overall thoughts. I think it's fair to say this is my favourite fish and chip shop. I was very keen. There's one in Bristol that I've done a video on that's had lots of social media coverage from the foodies in London coming down and rating it. That doesn't do takeaway though. This is a proper fish and chip shop with a takeaway counter and a seated area. And I think it's fair to say the food here is better than the one in Bristol. Although again, an unfair comparison because they don't do grilled salmon up there. Grilled salmon here is what I had today, and it was grilled to perfection. I was talking to my son, who's a chef, earlier on, and telling him about it. He wants to come and try the place. I don't think he could grill salmon better than this, and he's a really good chef, believe you me. So if you're in Weston Super Mare, look them up, come on down. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Also, if you're not in Weston Super Mare, now's a good time to come and visit the place because it really is worth. I would recommend, if you fancy trying what could possibly be the best fish and chip shop you've ever sat in, I would recommend getting on a train or a bus or a car and coming here. I think it's that good. It's worth a visit. But anyway, I've got to go and meet somebody now, one of our viewers, and there'll be another little film about that later. But for now, from me in here at Papa's, I want to say a huge thank you. A huge thank you to the staff, and what can I say? The best fish and chips I've ever sat down to. Thank you. Bye-bye.